Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ash here, coming at you today in Clash Royale. We're going to be finishing up this grand challenge that I started in my previous episode. I have also switched decks. So this is the deck we're going to be using today. I've swapped in the log. I was previously playing a version of this giant beatdown deck using minions. I swapped out the minions for the log and I'm having a lot of success, so let's hop right into it, guys. Now, before I joined back into the grand challenge, I did play, about a dozen or so matches on ladder just to try to get a feel for this deck using the log, and I lost my first two and then I won my last four, so I feel like I have a little bit of a grasp on how to use the log best in terms of this deck and its utility. So the opponent starts out with poison on my elixir in my tower. I don't love that move. It might mean that he has a weak starting hand, so he's sending in a princess right now, so this is actually going to be really good. Look at that. He just dropped an elixir pump, a princess, and a poison, and a giant. This means this could be a very lucrative push for me in the right lane. I'm going to send in the mini P.E.K.K.A. and send in the guards right away. I might have been better off holding onto that poison spell, but it's okay. I'll be alright. I'm going to go ahead and zap here these guards. I should have definitely used the poison now in hindsight, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and log here. I'm going to get a lot of damage done off this tower. It could have been probably a little bit better, but look at this musketeer in the back there. We're going to take down this tower. Easy, easy, easy. And the reason it was so easy for us is because it was very, very poor elixir management on my opponent's part. He played, like I said, the poison on no troops. You don't want to start off with a poison unless you have an incredibly weak hand. You don't want to poison the elixir pump in the tower right off the bat there. So what he did was he did the poison and then did the elixir pump. That puts him -9 elixir. That is no good. And then when he played the giant, it left him very little elixir left to defend against my pretty substantial push, because I had my elixir pump on the board along with my guards and my mini P.E.K.K.A. So now all I have to do is kind of sit tight the last minute here. I am going to be semi-aggressive because it's a beatdown deck. That means that I should be engaging the opponent on their territory, not mine. So it looks like I'm not going to get a lot of damage done on this push here in the left, but look at that log. I mean, I love the log in this deck. It was actually Trainer Nick's idea to sub the log in, so huge props to him. He's one of our best tournament players, and he just got promoted to co-leader today, so congratulations, my friend. He's the guy with the go-to Sparky Giant deck. He loves these beatdown decks, and I learned a lot from him. He gave a few tips as well, and I've really been able to improve my play substantially. Of course, I say that, and of course, I'm going to fail or something on the next battle. Hopefully, I don't lose this one here, but things are looking pretty good. So let's just drop this poison here. Oops, that was probably a bad placement. Should have hit the tower there. Put the poison a little bit further back, and I would have hit that musketeer as well. So that was a fail, but at this point, only 17 seconds left. We're just going to rebuild an elixir collector and put down a musketeer, and I have the log in hand. There's no way he can get to my tower at this point, but I did want to comment briefly on the poison spell and why it is so incredibly powerful right now. I mean, obviously there's plenty of reasons, but number one on the list, in my opinion, is because using a beatdown deck like this where you're playing on the opponent's side of the map, it just is such a beautiful counter. Forget about just the minions and the goblins and all that stuff that it totally melts away, but specifically it is really good against guards, because guards can totally be a thorn in your side. They can really interrupt what I'm trying to do here with both a musketeer and the mini P.E.K.K.A. So having that poison to drop down to totally melt away the guards as well, and that is a huge, huge plus. Guards definitely one of the most powerful defensive cards in the game. So here we are again, going for win number 8, guys. I'm getting pretty pumped right now. This is, by the way, in case you missed the first episode, this is my very first victory challenge ever right now. So hopefully we get to 12. That would be really, really cool. And you can see things are starting out pretty good here. My giant's going to get a couple hits on this tower, and then we'll be able to take down this mini P.E.K.K.A. easily with our guards and musketeer. And look at this, the musketeer is going to stay alive and get a hit or two. Maybe not. Maybe a hit. No hits. Okay, forget it. He used the fireball, though. That's pretty good because that should give me the elixir advantage. Then I'll go ahead and put the pump down, and things are looking pretty good at the start here. I'm going to say well played, but truthfully, I don't think it was that well played. So just trying to take him off his game a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is put down the musketeer here. Kind of an awkward hand, but I'm going to end up playing the giant maybe at the bridge, depending on what he does here. So this is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and use the log on the princess here. Then we'll put down the giant, and we have poison Giant and Mini P.E.K.K.A. I'm going to use the Mini P.E.K.K.A. against his Giant. Really want to protect my tower. Early on in these matches, I like to play defensively minded. I don't want to get a lot of chip damage or any damage really on my towers here. So the Musketeer, let's protect her with some guards here, and hopefully I'll get a shot or two with the Musketeer again. Now with these beatdown decks, the number one thing you really want to take away with these decks, by the way, look at all that damage I'm getting with the Musketeer behind those guards. So the number one thing on these beatdown decks is, if you can, by all means, continue to put your elixir collectors on the board. You need to get that elixir advantage to have these really, really strong pushes with the Giant. Look at that Musketeer taking down that miner there, and that was totally accidental. I actually didn't see the miner when I placed the Musketeer, so hey, it worked out. Sometimes you get lucky, guys. Sometimes you get unlucky. So what we're going to do on this push is place this poison spell ahead of time, and look at all these troops I have going. Now, I want to give you guys a few tips here on these beatdown decks to try to have success with them. Let me just see what's going on here. So tower down, I thought about using a zap or a log, but instead I'm going to push on the left because we had plenty of troops down on the board on the right there, and I think I'm going to be able to take down this left tower as well, and that will be game, set, match, guys. So I'm going to use the log just to protect my tower a little bit here, but it's done. The game is over here. So I want to give you guys a few tips, and then maybe my next episode, if you guys want to, I'll go ahead and cover this beatdown archetype and really give a lot of tips for success. Today, obviously, I'm going to be concentrating on the matches for the most part, and this is win number 8 with no losses. I'm starting to like our chances to get to 12 here, and I'll be pretty excited if I do get to 12. Look at all these cards I'm going to win. Ooh, I am pretty excited, guys. I'm very close to not maxing out, to getting my Musketeers to level 10, so I really hope I get a lot of Musketeers in this victory challenge chest. No fast forwarding, guys. You got to watch with me. You got to take part in the whole journey. Don't go fast forwarding to see if I win or not at the end of this episode. So let's zap these guys. Don't want these goblins chipping away at my tower early on. Of course, I could have used a log there as well, but whatever. So I'm going to actually let these fire spirits hit my tower. I want to have some sort of elixir, and he's being pretty aggressive with all this chip damage early on. I kind of like that, actually. So let's see if we can get a really big push going on. So he has Sparky. This is good because I'm going to teach you guys how to play against a Sparky deck using a beatdown deck, and he probably has the same on his end. So what I'm going to do here is push back Sparky. I'm going to play the guards so they can definitely get to Sparky, but I'm going to zap him right now, and look at that. It's going to reset his timer, and boom. This is going to be tower down for yours truly. That's what I'm talking about here. So let's go ahead and build an elixir collector, and I am liking this. Look at this. I'm going to get to the tower there. Oh, it looks like he flickered out of Wi-Fi there really quickly. I might get the 3 crown right away. Nope, looks like I'm not going to. But he didn't flicker out that long because he did play that Sparky, but either way, it looks like I got lucky there with all that tower damage on the King Tower that I got almost half of the hit points off. I'm not going to go for the 3 crown here. Look at that. He's losing it again. But I'm not going to go for the 3 crown. I am going to go for just 2 at this point to start to play things really super safe because I do not want to jeopardize my win streak at this point. So let's put the poison down over here. If all goes well, this could be left tower down at this point. Oh, the Mini P.E.K.K.A. very good placement on his part there. It looks like the left tower will not be down. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and put down a Musketeer and kind of reload here. I'm going to have to play the log. I should have played the log a little bit back more. That was my bad, but getting a little cocky here. I gotta up my game at this point. So anyway, let's go back to the tips here. I am going to definitely do another archetype video for the beatdown decks that are so powerful in the game right now. A lot of you guys have requested so, and I want to hear from you guys regarding what type of content you'd like. I mean, now that we have Victory Challenge, we also have the tournaments that I'm running every single day on Twitter at Clash_with_Ash if you want to take part in them. Now that, like I said, they're $20. I can hold 200 of you guys. Super excited about that. Finally, I have a sponsor after paying myself for 3 months now. I finally have a sponsor, and it is Plex Chat, but I'll talk to you guys more about that when I'm not mid-match. So this is going to be a very nice push. Oh, maybe. I thought it was going to be a nice push. Didn't see my giant was almost dead there. Too busy blabbing to you guys. Let's zap these minions, and probably should have saved that zap, but 10 seconds left. It looks like we're going to be totally fine here. It got a little sloppy towards the end, but we would have definitely taken down this tower. Probably got the 3 crown. Probably should have have just focused on the 3 crown now in hindsight, but hey, hindsight is 20/20. So anyway, I've been trying to say this for the last 5 minutes here, but I keep talking over myself and having digression after digression as I try to pay attention to the Grand Challenge. By the way, 9 in a row, yeah buddy. So, I want to give you guys a few tips here before we get to 12 wins, knock on wood, knock on wood. What I want to do is, what I want to do in the future, I should say, is bring a video just dedicated to all sorts of tips for using a beatdown deck successfully. Now, these tips I actually picked up from top players across the board in the game, people I've run into, people I've had discussions with, stuff like that. So these aren't my own tips. I mean, some of them are, but a lot of them I'm just regurgitating from players who are really, really skilled, because you know what? You guys might know this already, might not know this, but I am more of a cycle deck player, generally speaking, but I'm starting to get better and better at these beatdown decks where we're playing primarily on the opponent's side of the map with these really big pushes. So a couple of the tips that I want to tell you guys specifically about this deck. Number one, if you don't have the log yet, go ahead, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, and just play the minion card in the log spot. You'll still have a lot of success with the minion, and you can combo the minion very nicely, and it gives you a great option against those Lava Hound decks that are starting to become more and more popular. They're kind of the anti-meta right now. So tip number one with this deck is definitely continue to pump up whenever you have the elixir advantage and you don't have to defend right away. You can see I just dropped that pump on the right, and that's going to really help me out. I need to maintain the elixir advantage. That's how you're going to continue to get win after win after win, like, again, knock on wood, we're doing right now. I'm going to protect my elixir pump on the right there and continue to try to protect it as much as I can here. So this is actually a pretty good push for him in the left right now. Luckily, I have my giant to kind of distract things, but I'm going to have to wait to play my mini P.E.K.K.A here on his giant, and he's going to get a few hits on my tower. So this is one of the weaker starts that we've had so far in today's video. I'm going to zap this musketeer. I don't want to take any more damage on my left tower. So tip number two is you have 3 defensive weapons in this deck. You have the guards, you have the musketeer, and you have the mini P.E.K.K.A. Obviously, you have log and poison as well, but I'm talking just troop-wise. So what you want to do, it's very important that you grasp this, and this is, again, a tip that I actually got from Trainer Nick a while ago about using these decks. So I'm going to poison right here, by the way. This is going to be a lot of a very, very well-placed poison there. Look at all these troops I'm going to take down using a combination of the poison and the log there. Really stop that push in its tracks. Gonna play the mini P.E.K.K.A, try to protect my pump, and then the mini P.E.K.K.A will go to the giant. So what I'm trying to say is, look what I just did right here. I played the giant, and then I had the mini P.E.K.K.A and the musketeer already on the board, left over from defense. That's exactly what I was trying to say in terms of how to play a beatdown deck. What you want to do is one of 2 scenarios. Number one is that you want to counter what your opponent is trying to play towards you using the mini P.E.K.K.A, the musketeer, and the guards, and then you place the giant after the defense is over. After you've stopped your opponent's push, you play your giant, and then all those defending troops will be behind that giant. And the second way you want to play the deck is, obviously, if you're not defending because you have full elixir or for whatever reason, then you can go ahead and start your push with the giant way behind your king tower, kind of like what I just did there. So those are the 2 scenarios that you want to mount your big aggressive pushes using this deck. So you want to wait to defend and then place your giant right after your defending troops are done killing whatever the opponent threw at you, or you want to place your giant behind the king tower and get a really big, strong push behind him. Ideally, you'll have the elixir collector alive and on the board, and this looks to be a win right here, almost, maybe. This is GG. Poison down, we got the tower down. So this is what, 9 wins or 10 wins? I'm losing track here. But either way, we haven't lost yet, and I'm pretty excited. Sorry if I sound overly excited here, but I didn't really picture that it would be this easy. Not that it's been super easy, but, you know, I thought I'd lose a few times here and there so far. So let's go ahead into match number 11 here. So hopefully only 2 more matches. We'll have to see. If this video goes on, you guys already know how long the video is. I don't. So if this video is like at 35 minutes long, then probably lost a couple times, if not 3 times. Hopefully that's not the case. So we're going to start out with the Elixir Collector, always building that Elixir advantage. We'll see what the opponent does, but I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and start a big giant push. So this is what I was talking about, basically the second scenario, and like I said earlier in this video, I always want to think defensively first, so I'm going to play the Musketeer in the right here, because I'm worried about his giant more than I'm worried about my giant at this point in the battle. What I'm going to do is play the mini P.E.K.K.A. on his giant, and then I'll put the guards maybe, I'm going to put Log actually in the left. So what I'm going to do here is take down his giant. I'm not going to take any damage onto my tower, and I also took down his Elixir Collector, so that actually didn't work out too well for me, but that's pretty much the idea. It wasn't that bad of a move, and you can see here I probably have, well, about the similar amount of damage down to my tower. So I'm just going to go ahead and reload, and what I want to do is try to adjust to what my opponent's doing. So he's playing a very, very similar deck than that I have, and he doesn't have a miner, so I'm going to play my Elixir Collector protected way over here in the back, away from the tower that he's already done damage to. Now, one thing that I haven't mentioned yet is how to play this deck once you already have one tower down. Things get a little bit different. More often than not, at that point, you're going to go ahead and play your giant on the opponent's side of the map, and you're going to play your giant last. So what you want to do is have a push going with, say, a Musketeer or a mini P.E.K.K.A. or guards and in the lane, and then at the last second, you'll play that giant. What it's going to do is cause really big problems for the defender, because they're probably going to be focused on stopping what they see coming in the lane, and unless they're a really smart defender or really experienced and seasoned player, they're not going to know that there's going to be that giant last second, and it's going to shift all the defending troops they had ready to defend against your Musketeer and your mini P.E.K.K.A., and they're going to go towards the giant, and then your Musketeer and your mini P.E.K.K.A. are going to be able to take down those defending troops. And hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I feel like I was a little bit rambly, but hey, that's what I'm good at. I'm good at rambling. That's my forte, if you will. So back to this match. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. You can see I have 2 elixir pumps on the board right now, and I don't have a huge damage lead right now in terms of tower damage, but I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully get something really nice going in this left lane here. Ooh, that poison just a second too early there. I could have got that Musketeer as well, but either way, I do a decent amount of damage to that left tower, and yes, I did say do. But let's see here. I'm going to drop a log over here, but I want to be careful of what he has going on the right. I'm going to have to poison at this point, and I'm going to have to use my zap over here on the right. Now, I could have poisoned the left tower, but I don't want to take any chances here. I know I have plenty of time. There's 3 minutes left in this match, so, ooh, he got a hit on the mini P.E.K.K.A. too. That was very, very close. That was a little sloppy on my part. I probably should not have used that log. Just been much more patient. I got a little bit ahead of myself, but I did pick up W number 10, I think. How can you lose track, Ash, of your wins every single time? No, that was win number 11. Oh, I'm so close. Now I'm super nervous. So I did actually tell you guys a little bit of a fib accidentally. It wasn't intentional in my last video, but it does look like the matches for friendly challenges aren't totally random. It looks like, wow, there's an early elixir collector play by the opponent here, but it looks like these matches are based on your win streak. So if you have a long win streak going, it looks like your opponent also is more apt to have a long win streak going as well. So let's go ahead and start with a Musketeer here. Again, we're going to defend in the right lane and worry about offense a little bit later. So what I think I'm going to do here is, this is an interesting moment right now in the game. I have no idea what he has. Okay, forget it. I know what he has now. He has the Balloon Giant deck. Haven't seen a lot of these. I'm going to zap these minions here, take them down, and the Princess will be down. The Balloon is really slowed up. This should be fine. I'm going to swap lanes and go with the Giant in the left. Now, maybe you know what, that was a mistake. I should have went in the right with the Giant, and then I could have used that, obviously, that Musketeer in the back. That was a poor play on my part. Hopefully, that doesn't end up costing me big time, but it looks like I'm going to get this left tower down either way. 1 or 2 swings from this mini P.E.K.K.A., and it will be down. So this could be win number 12. Oh boy. Let's make sure we concentrate here. So I'm going to rebuild this elixir collector right now, and I have to be careful though, because I only have, oh no, Wow, I misjudged how much elixir he has left. Not good, not good. I couldn't play the Musketeer there because he had no spacing between the Giant and the Balloon, and my Musketeer just would have targeted the Giant, and he ends up taking down my right tower there. So that was a really good play, and to add insult to injury, he goes ahead and takes a hit on my Elixir Collector, takes that down as well. That was a really good job on his part here. So let's play a Musketeer. I'd love to play my Elixir Collector right now, but it's not up. Next card up, but unfortunately, I'm just in an awkward spot here. I'm going to play the Elixir Collector, and then I'm going to play the Giant on his side, and I'm going to have to play the Log as well, get rid of this Princess here. So this is what I was talking about in terms of where you want to play your Giant, but he plays the Barbarians there, takes down my my Musketeer. Unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and Poison Zap here, and hopefully get a decent amount of damage done on that right tower, and I made the same mistake again. You know what? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, because I misjudged again. He's been doing a great job of holding back his elixir, making me think he's lower than he is, and just a very savvy player. I'm going to get a lot of value out of this poison here, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough to take down this tower. Ooh, so close, but so far. Oh my god, didn't even notice the balloon on my tower. Well played. I can't believe I lost my win number 12. Ah! That's so frustrating. Damn it. Sorry, guys, but geez, I was going to go 12-0. I was even going to title this video 12-0 Grand Challenge. But look at that. I failed on the last freaking battle. My fault. Made a lot of stupid mistakes too. But hey, hopefully we'll pick up the next one. It would be an absolute shame if I lost 3 in a row at this point. A lot of you guys commented, by the way, on my last video, where I got the first 6 wins in this Grand Challenge, telling me how you guys have been having a very difficult time or an easy time. It seems like nobody's in the middle. Everybody's just losing, losing, losing. I'm going to go ahead and reload this. I have not found a match yet. Everybody's either losing a heck of a lot or winning a heck of a lot. I have no idea why. Maybe just more people, more free-to-play players need to get those legendary cards. We'll have to see. So anyway, give me more feedback in this video is what I'm trying to say, and let me know how things are going for you guys. I want to hear from all of you. So I'm going to play a Log here. This is a very nice Log play. 2 elixir to take out, what was that, 6 elixir, I think? So that was good. Now that we have the elixir advantage, let's start this Giant push, and he plays the Elixir Collector. Interesting move on his part. I'm feeling pretty good about this push here because he's got to be kind of low at this point. I'm guessing he has around 7 elixir at this point, and I already have a lot of elixir on the board in terms of troops. Hopefully these guards get in front of the Giant. They don't, unfortunately. Darn. I was hoping I could really take care of that mini P.E.K.K.A there with the guards and then keep the Giant protected, but he actually does a really good job defending there. That was a really good defense on his part, and I'm late on the zap, unfortunately. So, wow. Good job by him. Let's go ahead and try to get an elixir pump on the board here right now. Try to catch up, but I don't feel super good about this start here on this match. And 2 elixir pumps. Oh no, guys. Did I jinx myself? Did I talk too much about getting all these wins early on in the video, and now I'm going to lose 3 in a row? All right. Deep breath. Collective deep breath, everybody. Okay, we can do this. We can do this just fine. So there's plenty of time left, and he hasn't done any damage to my tower, so let's stop talking silly about already losing. I thought about poisoning there, but I'm going to hold it back. I'm going to poison around the bridge area. Ooh, thank God I held back. It's a P.E.K.K.A and 3 Musketeer, but guess what, guys? This deck just so happens to be very, very good at defending against 3 Musketeer. I'm going to get a little bit of damage done to my left tower here by that single Musketeer, but I have the Log, I have Zap, and I have Poison as well as guards, so I have a lot of weapons against 3 Musketeers, and even though he has the elixir advantage at this point, and he did a lot of damage to my left tower, I'm actually feeling a little bit better already because I know that he has 3 Musketeers. 3 Musketeers are either boom or bust to a certain extent, right? Because when you're playing with 3 Musketeers, they cost 9 elixirs, so you're giving up so much flexibility in terms of waiting to see what I do. I'm speaking about him now, and you can see, again, I was able to take down the 3 Musketeers using the Log, using Poison, and using the Zap spell. So that was pretty good. It was and believe it or not, it doesn't seem like it, but that was a positive elixir trade on my part because I also did plenty of damage to his tower as well as that P.E.K.K.A. So now we're going to get a push going here. 17 seconds left already in this match. Man, time flies when you're whining like a big baby. So I'm chipping away at this right tower, just using a combination of poison. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to play guards and Zap here. I played it in the wrong order. Always play Zap first against 3 Musketeers, but it doesn't look like he's gonna get any damage done anyway. And I take down the P.E.K.K.A in the right, so things are looking really good at this point. I'm gonna play my mini P.E.K.K.A and then play guards right behind, and look at this nice little push we have going on over here. I'm gonna drop another poison. All I need to do is get this giant onto that tower. I know he's trying to build up his elixir to drop the 3 Musketeers on me, but he just can't do it. He has to defend at this point, and again, using the log, using the Musketeer, using poison, just continuing to chip away at this tower, and it looks like I'm gonna pull off this W here, guys. It didn't look too pretty early on, but hey, we remained calm, we took our deep breath, and things are looking much, much better now. So, I stopped the 3 Musketeers again using guard, Zap, and log in the left. I'm gonna drop that poison, and that's gonna do it, guys. I got the 12. And oh, I wish I didn't get that one loss. It was just a sloppy match on my part, but look at this. I still got the win, I still got the 12, and I only lost once. I'm pretty happy about my very first grand challenge. Look at all these cards I'm gonna get. Let's open up this bad boy. 22k gold, 1 Dark Prince. Okay, don't care about arrows, already maxed out. 3 Goblin Barrels, okay, keep them coming, keep them coming. 286 Bombers, already maxed out, don't care. 50 Mega Minions, interesting. I have some thoughts on Mega Minions. 63 Musketeers, 7 Princes, not bad. Okay, don't care about cannons, and here it is, the last one. Is it a legendary? Ooh, nice! Level 3 Lava Hound, that's what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so I feel pretty good about this episode. I hope you guys are as pumped as I am. Again, if you guys want to use this deck, let me know how it goes for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Had a lot of fun bringing you this one. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care guys.